18 movies, 10 years, over 60 characters, all leading up to this one moment. Hey, excuse me? Disembodied space voice? Yeah, we don't need the recap of, like, the MCU right now. There's probably gonna be so many other reviews gonna be talking about that, so we're just gonna skip it.
Oh, sorry.
So, hey guys, just saw Avengers Infinity War, and I know I say this in, like, every review, but it was awesome, and not really in the way that you would think. Anyways, before I get into the review, if you don't know the drill, basically what I do is I do like a non-spoiler review first, and then when I run out of stuff to say, which is usually pretty quickly, then we move into the spoilery stuff. Let's talk Infinity War. So yeah, Avengers Infinity War was pretty good, and I'd recommend you see it even if you're not a Marvel fan, just because it's a really big thing going on right now, and you probably don't want to miss out. And I say it was good, but the ending kind of left me very unsatisfied, and I'm trying not to spoil it for you, because it was pretty good overall. The problem is, it's kind of like watching a part 1 episode of a TV show, and you have to wait for part 2. Except part 2 doesn't come out for another year. What else do I have to say about this movie? It was really funny. Like, it was more funny, in my opinion, than Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor Ragnarok combined. Like, I'd watch this again just for its humor. Like, there were some really funny parts that the whole audience is just laughing, and you can't even hear what the next character's lines are, and to be honest, really none of us cared. And yet, it was extremely serious. Like, it had the best of both spectrums. Like, at the end of the movie, I was in a cold sweat. So, yeah. It was pretty awesome. And yes, people die, like, a whole lot. So yeah, put your guesses down below on who's gonna die, obviously. Also, put your guesses down below on where the Soul Stone is, because where it is in the movie is really awesome. Like, them finding it is my favorite part. I am serious. Like, it's not funny as I'm making it sound, but it was awesome. That's all I can tell you. Speaking of scenes, what was sad was some of the trailer shots were missing, which is understandable because I could tell that they filmed more of the movie than they could actually put into it. Like, there was more they wanted to say in this one movie, but they didn't have enough time, which is understandable, again, because it's 2 hours long. One of the things that was cut was, like, you know Thanos' line at the beginning of the trailer?
In time, you will know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail all the same.
That one. I can almost quote that. It's in there, but the ending's kind of messed up. And instead of saying, like, you fail all the same, he says something like, you just lose, or it's just something like that, and you're just like, why? You had the lines in the trailer, I can quote them by heart! Another scene that was missing was, like, this cool Avengers shot, which is also understandable because it was more of a trailer shot, if anything. One thing that I thought would be really funny that I've looked all over online for but couldn't find was, you know how, like, in the trailers, like, Gamora snaps her fingers and she's just like,
if he gets all the Infinity Stones, he can do it with the snap of his fingers.
What I thought would be really funny would be, like, someone editing it, and then it does, like, the Nintendo Switch. Did anyone else think of that? No? Yeah, I'm gonna put that on my second channel. I'm gonna make that. There's also an end credit scene, and it's at the very end, so you have to wait till the very, very end of, like, all the credits. And I didn't personally think it was worth it. I mean, sure, I'd recommend you waiting to see it, because it kind of is important and it is cool. Yeah, I can't really say anything without spoiling the movie. Like, there were so many good parts, but I can't tell you because this is a spoiler-free section. I can't believe Wolverine stabs Thanos through the heart. I'm just kidding. It's Thor who does it. Yeah, any of the people who thought the X-Men and Fantastic Four would be in this movie are really wrong, and I'm very sorry for you, because that would be cool, but it's not happening, I'm sorry. So, the most important thing, my favorite part of the movie, I'm just gonna get it out now, is Red Skull. I am serious. That was awesome. And I know some of you who have probably not seen the movie, or just watching the spoiler part, is like, oh, he's just pulling my leg. There's no Red Skull in this movie. Well, there is. This is the spoilers part. Don't ruin it for yourself. Go see it. This is awesome. Red Skull is in it. I messed up the camera. Anyways, Red Skull is in the movie. I was so astounded. Basically what happens is, I don't need to tell you, but I'm going to tell you what I thought of when it was happening, is when Thanos is torturing Nebula to get the information out of Gamora, and Gamora yells out the name of where the Soul Stone is, I was just like, oh, that must be where Thor's building his weapon. I mean, they sound the same. I think that's the same name. And I thought she was trying to trick him to make him fall into a trap where, like, Thor would beat him up or something. Which, yeah, Thor will not be able to defeat Thanos with the stones he had so far. But no, instead they go to the real planet where the Soul Stone is, and they meet this person who kind of looks like, one of those things in Lord of the Rings, Black Riders? I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan, I'm sorry. But, like, he looks like one of those things, and he's just like, Thanos, I have been watching you for a very long time. And I'm like, who is this guy? And my brain in the theater is just going through Marvel characters that I know that could, like, fit this guy's description. And so my thought process is, okay, so he's been watching them, so is he like the Watcher? But no, the Watcher's not all black and shroudy. Is he Cloak? No, Cloak's not a space person and he doesn't watch people, he teleports. And as I'm trying to figure out who this guy is, the darkness shrouding his face just opens up and you realize it's the Red Skull! And oh my gosh, that was awesome. I know some of you are like, a big whoop. Red Skull teleported at the end of the first Captain America. I mean, he'd have to be in this movie. Why would you think he's not going to be in it? Well, the thing is, the actor who was playing Red Skull at the time didn't want to be in any other Marvel movies. And so the word was going around that, yeah, it would be really cool to see Red Skull in a space movie, but everyone was just like, nope, he's not going to be in it. He said it himself. He doesn't want to do any more movies. Even if it isn't the same actor, it was still awesome. And I have this strange theory that Marvel just told him, look, you're going to be in the third Avengers movie, okay? But we want it to be a surprise. You were teleported to space, but we don't want anyone to know. They'll guess, but we gotta make sure that the theorists don't figure this out. So can you tell people that you're not gonna be in any more movies, okay? Okay. Like I just have a feeling that Marvel asked him to do that, but I have no idea. Which, if it is the same actor and he doesn't really want to do any more movies, thank you for being in this movie, because you really made it for me. Some of my other favorite parts were at the beginning when Hulk is trying to take out Thanos. I thought that was pretty awesome because, like, for the first few seconds you see how powerful the Hulk is, and then you realize, oh my gosh, Thanos has the upper hand. And, like, the Thanos versus Hulk thing, Thanos had the Power Stone, so he had infinite power. Yet Hulk can have infinite power because the madder he gets, the stronger he gets. My other favorite fight was the fight in New York with Iron Man and Spider-Man and Doctor Strange versus Call Obsidian is the big guy, and Ebony Maw. Ebony Maw was the guy who, like, had the telekinesis. He made the stuff float and just threw it at them. Man, that was awesome. In this movie, he's probably my second favorite thing other than Red Skull. Also, Iron Man's armor is pretty cool, and, like, I could spend, like, a whole video talking about how awesome it is, but you guys already know. It was awesome. There are also many other fights, like the Scarlet Witch and Vision versus Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight. You know, where Proxima Midnight has, like, that stupid trident that shoots. I'm sorry, I thought it would have been a little cooler, but it was just really lame. There's also the ending fight in Wakanda, which was also pretty awesome, and I almost thought the heroes would have won, but I knew that Thanos was coming, so there was not much hope. But probably one of the coolest fights was on planet Titan, which was Thanos' home planet, with, like, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Star-Lord, Drax, and Nebula later all fight Thanos and try to take the gauntlet off. Really, Thanos? I don't know how you kept that gauntlet on. Like, I don't know if it was magic or something, or you're just wearing it too tight. One of my favorite things about that battle was actually Mantis wasn't useless. Like, Mantis isn't really a fighter and more of like she's an empath, so she can control emotions and stuff. And so I thought it was awesome of their use of her, dropping her down on Thanos and making him fall asleep, although he wasn't asleep for very long. And Star-Lord completely ruined the thing. Like, he just lost it, and it was kind of disappointing. But really, Star-Lord's desire for revenge was understandable because, like, yeah, Thanos did kill Gamora. Giving the stones to save a loved one was a common theme throughout this movie. Loki gives the Space Stone to Thanos to save Thor. Gamora gives the Soul Stone, basically, to save Nebula. Doctor Strange gives the Time Stone to Thanos to save Iron Man. And it almost happened for Scarlet Witch and Vision, except Scarlet Witch actually had the guts to kill Vision. But then he just used the Time Stone and brought Vision back, and that was a mess. Another thing that happened a lot in this movie was death. And although not all the characters died, a pretty substantial amount did. And yes, I was wrong on who would die first and who died last. Doctor Strange is just gonna die first, or maybe Wong. Doctor Strange does die, but very late in the movie. So just to help us all remember, because I'm gonna forget this because sooner or later, because there were so many that died, I made a list of the characters who died, and I'm not including like Korg or the Collector because we don't know if they died or not. I'm talking about the ones that we know for sure died on screen. And I'm not going to count Ant-Man or Hawkeye just because we don't know if they're alive or dead or not, or even if they're going to be in the next movie. So we have Heimdall, Loki, Ebony Maw, Gamora, Proxima Midnight, Corvus Glaive, and then after when Thanos like erases all life, it's kind of foggy the order for me. I think I got the first couple down pat, but basically, who else dies is Black Panther, Scarlet Witch, Falcon, Winter Soldier, Groot, Mantis, Drax, Star-Lord, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and if you count the end credits scene, Maria Hill and Nick Fury. Yeah, apparently I'm editing this video right now, and I also forgot Vision, so yeah, he dies too. Also, some people say all of the Black Order died, but I'm not so sure about Cull Obsidian, you know, the big guy. But basically, I don't think he died. Like, in the movie, he gets thrown into the force field, and he just, like, it didn't seem as real as many of the other characters' deaths. Oh, wait, did he blow up? Back to the end credits scene. I said before I didn't like it that much, and basically what happens, and I know you've seen it, but I'm just gonna recap. Basically what happens is Maria Hill and Nick Fury are both just driving through the city when suddenly a car crashes in front of them, and then they realize everyone's disappearing. Maria Hill starts fading away, and then Nick Fury starts fading away. But right before he does, he pages he pages someone and drops a pager because he's gone. And so the camera pans down to the pager and it says calling, dot, 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 and then it shows the Captain Marvel logo. So if you don't know, Captain Marvel is, like, Captain Marvel's movie will be happening between Captain America's first movie and Iron Man. So it's like in the 1900s, I think. That's what I've heard. And so Captain Marvel is a superhero that got her powers from these aliens known as the Kree. They're in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Ronan is also one of them. You know, that guy in Guardians of the Galaxy. I mention Ronan a lot in my videos. What she can do is she has, like, she has control of energy, so she can, like, blast people, and she can fly, and then she can also absorb energy. And so, as much as I think Captain Marvel's a cool character, and I'd love to see her in Avengers Infinity War Part 2, I don't think she's as big of a hope as we'd think. Like, they're showing it at the end, like, there's still hope. Captain Marvel is coming. But she's really on the power level of Thor and Hulk. And while they're both pretty powerful characters, I don't think she's powerful enough to be an avid threat to Thanos. Also, she could have died when Thanos snapped his fingers too. I mean, it'd be really funny if you're just like, oh, I'm getting paged, Nick Fury needs my help. Oh, crud. But yeah, the movie ends in a cliffhanger. I mean, what could happen in the next movie? I mean, Thanos has the gauntlet. And the only way to restore everything back to normal is by getting the gauntlet and then using it to basically fix everything. As I said before, I don't think the Avengers have enough power to do that. One thing I thought would be cool, and I don't even know if this happened or not, I might have not caught it, but Doctor Strange said he was using the Time Stone to search all the possible timelines in the future to see if they defeated Thanos, and there was only one. And what if them losing to Thanos was that one timeline where they win? And I didn't catch it in the movie if he did say that, but if he did, that would be awesome. And so yeah, I thought this movie was pretty amazing. I mean, sure, someone out there's probably gonna find some flaws, but I didn't really see any big ones. But I guess there's really not much more we can do except speculate for the next movie. So yeah, I guess this wraps this video up. I will see you... Oh no.